Jason Farrell, Sky News.
Let's get more now on that decision by President Trump to ban transgender people from serving in the US Armed Forces. Well, Kristin Beck is a retired US Navy SEAL and transgender activist. She joins us now from Washington. Kristin Beck, thanks so much for talking to us. What was your reaction when you heard of President Trump's announcement?
Well, my first reaction was surprise. So we've had, thousands of people working for a couple of years on this policy, and this policy is totally uplifted and thrown away with a tweet. That's amazingly, poor leadership.
So you're feeling quite shocked about it. In the meantime, it's unclear what's going to happen to those transgender people who are currently serving in the US military, but how do you think they'll be feeling now?
Well, everybody's surprised, and what happens to all these people who are currently served, who were told it is okay to come out, it is okay to serve openly as transgender. Now they're told no. They were given that safe landing zone. Now the whole landing zone is on fire and being bombed. There are 18 other countries around the world. The UK is one of those countries. You've had transgender people serving, and they serve with honor. They do a great job. Now you're telling me that America, the red, white, blue, freedom, and all this other stuff that we always talk about, we don't walk the walk? It's not a very good example.
And the White House has said that his decision was based on advice from his military, his national security team. He also cited, how he described in his words, tremendous medical costs and disruption. So what do you say to that as reasons?
Well, if that reason is the only reason he gives, that's blatantly untrue. There's been study after study that the costs will be negligible. It's very small costs. And you always keep saying, as far as a leader goes, people are more important than the equipment. So you have to take care of your people. So right now you're putting the cost of an airplane or a tank, comparing that to all these thousands of people. It's just not right.
And tell us a bit about your own experience, because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's right to say that you transitioned after your military career. Is that right? And what was the reaction of your former colleagues to that transitioning and to your transgender status?
So I served 20 years as a U.S. Navy SEAL, and in that 20 years, I never came out. I did that after I retired. And a lot of my friends, they had some problems with it at first. But then when I explained to them that this is me, it's always been me, and I am living my personal freedom, my personal liberty, and that's all I wanted. And then they kind of started understanding, and they saw it, and they said, well, you haven't changed a bit. Because you don't change that. I have not really changed that much. I'm still me. I still have the same capability. I still have the same intellect. I still have the same spirit. So it doesn't really change a whole lot. You change a little bit of the wallpaper, but the house is the same. I'm the same person.
And during his election campaign, Donald Trump championed the LGBT community, didn't he? Today, his press secretary says this particular decision is just about the military. So do you think that President Trump can maintain his stance of being pro-transgender now?
No, I don't know. People make campaign promises. Every politician does. I don't believe any campaign promise. I believe your actions speak louder than your words. Right now, his actions is saying he does not support me as a transgender veteran or anyone that is currently serving. All those people in uniform, he is not supporting. It's not. His actions are speaking louder than his words.
And so, if you had a message for Donald Trump tonight, what would it be?
I would say my message to America is hang on. The power you have is, as a person, you need to go out and vote. So if you don't like something or you think things are going, off kilter or whatever, you need to get on your feet and vote. So the power we have as American citizens is, unlike a lot of other countries, is our power to vote. And so to make that happen, stand up.
And clearly this decision will have an impact immediately on those who are already serving, those transgender people already serving in the military. But what kind of message do you think it sends out to transgender people throughout America who aren't involved in the armed forces at all? Do you think it does send a message to them?
Well, the message to all the American people and the messages to the world is don't trust politicians when they're campaigning. Don't take anything that they say as any truthful, not a bit. Because they will say whatever they want to say. The truth is in their integrity as a person, what they've done, and now what they do, their actions. Actions speak a lot more than words. So around the world, man, politicians, you guys need to start campaigning truth and stop all this stuff. you know, and really tell us what you're really going to do. So I'm tired of this campaign promises. I'm tired of these politicians that constantly lie about one thing and then do something else when you get in office. So wake up, people. Start voting and start taking a look at who people really are. So here I am. This is me, and I've never changed a bit. You know, we got to start doing that as politicians too.
Okay, well, Kristin Beck, it's a pleasure to talk to you tonight. Thanks very much indeed for giving us your time.